I'm very warm, very warm.
Okay, so we're going to do our little chesty, heady setup, either equal chest height, head height, or higher head height to make it easier. But then I want you to take this so soft, so gentle hug. So it's not a cross of the arms, it's a one arm over the other arm. Here comes Angel. Yeah. So have you got it? Have you got it? One over the other. So. You were?
Not
I think you're there, Ange. Joining. Not across, a wrap around. So, yeah, that's exactly it. One arm over the other, and it's quite strong. A self hug. Here's Ange. Excellent. You hear Ange? Morning. Perfect. So block under back, block under head, and a hug, a draping of the arms, and it feels quite strong. But you can just feel your breath a little bit more, and also joyfully you can feel the rather uncomfortable block against your back a little bit more. And it's interesting to explore a deepening breath here. Might not be interesting. And then we're going to really, really softly undo the arms and just lay them somewhere beside you. Wherever you have room, you can spread them out or leave them down and just And then that should feel really nice. Just finding that space, finding that breath. And then let's take that gentle hug with the other arm on top. Not for too long, just almost like the weight of the arms just rests against the body. So try not to fold the arms, try not to cross them, one over the other. And then if you feel like you want to, we can start to just do some gentle rolls around here. So obviously don't fall off the block, but just give your upper back a little bit of a massage. Get right in there. Get it against the block. If you feel a little bit sick, then it's good, isn't it? And then when you just come back through center, wait for an inhalation and open your arms, keeping your elbows bent so your elbows touch the ground. And then on the exhalation, recross them. And then we'll just alternate which arm is on top each time you cross them. So inhaling into that big stretch, tapping the elbows to the floor, either side of the body, either side of the blocks, and then exhaling to close it. That's it. And if you have coordination, you can do a different arm. It's when you do that thing when you pretend you're hugging someone and they look at you from behind and they see your hands reach your mouth, but it's your hand. And then we'll do last one. When you undo the cross, just carefully roll to whichever side you want to, so you can take the blocks away. And we'll just kind of have them nearby, coming back down onto your back. And this might be a little bit of an idea to just keep the knees bent, but scooch a little further down that, so you've got a bit of room behind you. Oh, here's the noise. You're going to bring your hands onto your lower front ribs. So like you're trying to stabilize the ribs. And keeping the ribs center, we're going to drop the knees slowly side to side. So this isn't about getting your knees to the ground, but it's more about keeping your ribs quite stable here. So you can feel that shift of the pelvis, shift of the lower back, but no shift in the ribs. So this is like a quite contained movement at first. And then we're going to allow those lower ribs to move. So they will slide underneath your hands as your knees drop to one side. The ribs get pulled to that side. But I want you to see if you can keep your shoulder blades and your arms down. So the upper chest, sort of collarbones and below, is quite still. But those floating and lower ribs get that little twiddle, get that little bit of joy, that little bit of love. And then I want you to see if you can take some more rib into this twist without taking the arms away from the ground. So even if it's just the elbows that pin down, you can allow for that fuller twist to happen. So it is, again, you might have to coordinate with your neighbour for knee space coordination. Just getting a little bit of diaphragm unsticking. Good. And then finishing that last side as you gently come back through to centre. Would you like a health and safety option for this? Health and safety option is staying on your back, staying where you are, taking your blocks and balancing your blocks on your hands for more feedback as you reach the blocks up towards the ceiling. This is the health and safety version. Non-health and safety version, or, you know, actual safe version, is no blocks. So I'm going to just rotate the blocks exactly where they are, but the rotation I want to feel all the way from my upper arms and all the way into my shoulder blades. So I'm trying to corkscrew right from the roots here. And obviously have your hands as wide as you need to. These are quite nice blocks because you can apply emergency thumb grip if you need to. And if your wrists don't allow for this movement, obviously just do it with no blocks. Fine. These are nice, aren't they? Would you like to level it up, or are you happy here? Level up, got 3 levels. Level up is when you point your fingertips behind you, you're going to start to reach the arms overhead, not to touch the floor, but just to find that sense of a stretch. And then you'll bring the arms back up in line with the chest, turn your fingertips to point towards your knees, and then raise your head and chest as you lower your arms coming into a sit-up. Okay, so this is nice. This is level 2. Coming back up, turning at the top, reaching over. I actually think 10 pounds every time you drop them. £5 per block. Okay, would you like...
£10 every time.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in my pocket.
Oh, give it?
Yeah, you have to give me a tenner.
Win it.
No, I have to give it away. I'll put it in the charity pot. Okay, do you want to go level up? Okay, when you come into the sit-up, slide your feet a little forwards so that you can lift into a sit-up and then raise the blocks, turning the fingertips behind you, and then they're going to go back down again as you come down. Okay? Oh, and then slide the feet back, reach the blocks up to the ceiling. Hang on, this is a 3-part movement. So I'm back down on the ground, fingertips away, and then as I raise the hips into a bridge, the arms go over. And then as the arms come back, I turn the fingertips towards the knees, I slide the feet forwards, I come into the sit-up, and then I raise the blocks again. This is confusing, isn't it? But it's good for your brain, isn't it? Down. And then we go up again with the blocks, slide the feet back, and then bridge. Oh. And then what happens is these very light blocks become very heavy. Basically, you can make it up. You can make it up if you get it wrong. Yeah? You can make it up, because what will happen? Nothing. So forwards as you come down, then back up again, and then into your bridge. I'm really sitting on the microphone, Andrew. I'm so sorry. You probably heard my shoulders. Oh dear. Okay, last one to come up. Can't cheat in this for blocks, can you? Can't cheat. Good. Last bridge. Good. And then you can just keep your bod down and place the blocks beside you. Can you reach your strap, or is it a mile away? Mine's over. Okay. We've got quite long straps, so double or triple up on them if they're a bit annoying, a bit long. So we're going to take a grip of the hands, about shoulder width, but you can play with this in a minute. So I'm actually going to actively pull the strap. My nice option is to keep my feet on the ground so that as I twist the knees to one side, I reach the arms and the strap to the other side, and I pull the strap back to centre to pull the legs back. I want you to see if you can get that sideways connect. Yeah, you'll have to coordinate. You'll have to coordinate. Yeah, well done. That's it. That's it. Legs one way. So I want you to see, can you feel that the pull of the strap gives you that, so that as the knees go, you pull the strap. So I don't want your hands to come necessarily to the ground. Your knees definitely won't. Okay, this is level 1. Would you like level 2? Lift your knees up, feet up off the floor. So you do a hovering leg and then find the pull. So on this one, there's a drop point, isn't there? Extra points if you don't let your arm go to the ground so that you hover on that shoulder blade. That's harder, isn't it? Yeah? Extra points if you don't bring the arm all the way down. Excellent. This is level 2. Would you like level 3? This is the ultimate in coordination. Okay, so you might want to watch one of these first. So my level 3 is I twist the strap one way and the knees the other. So I don't want the arm to come to the ground because then that's a base. I want to be here, hovering on my outer hip and hovering on my shoulder blade. And then as I extend the legs into a hover, the strap reaches over. So I find that hollow body. And then as I twist over to the other side. Okay, so I go back, legs go forwards, strap goes over, and then I come in and I pull. It's all about pulling. Yeah, and then straighten your legs towards me, strap goes overhead, and then you twiddle the strap the other side and your knees go to the other way. Yeah, and then you go back again. That's it, isn't it? 3. Did you manage it? Yeah, that's it. And then, whee. Yeah, that's it. You know that gymnastic horse exercise that they do with the men swing around? Is it the horse? Don't know, it looks a bit like that. Your legs can't go too wrong. Yeah, told you.
It's supposed to go that way. We're at coordination now.
Yeah.
We were doing so well.
Yes, I think this is like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for coordination. It should feel quite corey and a little bit shouldery. Yeah. And your celebration is to finish by hugging your knees, lassoing the strap over your knees, and having a little rest. And then that's nice, isn't it? And then you can have a little
Probably easier if you're not giggling.
It's probably easier if you're not giggling, but will it be as fun?
More effective on the core though.
Yes, that's true. Each chuckle is a sit-up. So, are you ready? Coming up to seated, however you want to. You just come all the way up to seated. Lovely. We're going to take whatever seat you're comfortable in. So that can be cross-legged, it can be feet just forwards and knees bent. And I want you to, if you need a block under your hand, have one. But I'm going to plant my left hand just beside my body. So I've done just a little side bend, not an excessive side bend. And it's kind of somewhere between my hip and my knee. Doesn't really matter, mine's going a little bit closer to the hip, okay? So the rule is that this arm has to stay straight. And if you can't reach the floor, pop it on a block. I'm going to turn the chest away from the arm, but the elbow stays straight. And then I'm going to turn the chest back towards the arm. Your other hand can go on your chest so you can feel that rotation. The head of the arm bone is going to move, but the elbow is not going to bend. Okay, that's easy, isn't it? Yeah? And you look like, oh, this is really cool. Would you like to make it more dramatic? Yeah? So as I turn away from the arm, this top arm is going to bend at the elbow and pull behind me like I'm yawning. And then it's going to extend up overhead and turn and try and touch that hand without moving my butt. Okay, as I open it up elbow bends as I come down. So it's not really about touching your hand, but if you can, keep your butt still, your hand still, and the only thing that's moving is your trunk and this top arm. And you should get nice little stretchy sensations in this. Maybe they're horrible stretchy sensations, I don't know.
Sideways.
Yeah, sideways the joy. Good. Let's do one more. And then when you sort of pull, you can just bring yourself up. If you've got crossed legs, you can change sides, or you can change your leg position, and we'll go hand the other side. So rooting it. This is how we find out if we've got one arm shorter than the other, if we need a block one side. Oh, look at my short arm. So keeping that elbow really straight. So it's the grounding of that arm that's going to help. And if you're adding into it when you open, just pull that elbow down behind you. Extend, reach up, rounded twist. So it's quite hard because your butt cheek wants to lift off as you turn towards the other hand, doesn't it? Yes, it does. But we don't let it because we're really good. Perfectly normal to not breathe. Perfectly normal.
I don't realise until someone says it though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not breathing. Something's wrong. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not breathing. Good. Last one. Good. And then you're going to undo, and you can just give your shoulders a little bit of a slinky. Okay. This is quite nice to come up to tall kneeling or low kneeling to give you a little bit of space. We're going to bring our straps with us. Okay, and I'm going to just, so you can see, wide grip. A little pull as you come up. Right, this is my stiff shoulder movement. My stiff shoulder movement is I'm going to internally and externally rotate the arms a couple of times at the top, and then bring them down, externally rotated so my palms are facing up. Do it again, internally, externally, and then bring it down, internally rotated. So you just change. That's my stiff shoulder option. Would you like my loose shoulder option?
Nope.
Yep, same way. So as I come up, I've got quite a loose grip. As I bring the strap behind me, I'm going to turn my arms so that the strap wraps around my hands. So I've actually rotated my arm. And then I undo as I come over. And then as I come up, I turn the other way. So I've got that external rotation. So I go palms up, palms forwards, oh, thumbs in and down, palms behind. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you get stuck at the top, you're an internal external rotator. But it should be long enough. I reckon you can do it.
Yeah.
I have faith in your shoulders. There they are! Rotate, 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 rotate. His face says it all.
Have you seen how Hunter Fitness does it? With rings?
Oh, he does dislocation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does dislocation.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
called a dislocation,
Skin
but
in the
it,
cat.
well, skin in the cat. Yeah, he actually like,
It makes me
it
feel
is
sick
a
watching.
dislocation. Like he's like, and have you seen the ones that go all the way round on the rings
Yeah.
and their shoulders get all
At the
wrapped?
front,
Oh, yeah.
internal rotation at the front.
Oh, hang on, I've got to think about it. Yeah. No, internal rotation is go back, up, and external rotation is turn to the front. I mean, it won't do anything tragic to you if you get it wrong.
Oh, no, yes.
Like nothing bad will happen.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Last one, each way.
Oh, so it's basically like a car.
It's a car. It's a double car.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Double car with strap feedback.
Yeah, no, I
If
get
you
it.
want everything named, I will give you names. Okay.
I like names.
I like named double car. Okay, and then when you are ready, we're going to wrap it around like your little shawl. Like it's a cold day, isn't it, Nikki? Cold day. And I want to try and, like, I can fiddle around with this. I'm going to come into all fours and I want to try and fiddle with my strap so it's around my upper back. I'm going to pin it with my hands, and you can go forearms if you want, Donna. Because what I want to try and do here is I'm going to keep my butt still.
I'll put the buckle on the other side.
Butt still and just protract, retract of the shoulders. So just protract, retract. So as you push into the strap, you're gonna find that sort of tightening of the strap, and as you squeeze the shoulders together, the strap will go loose, loosey goosey.
It's like me trying to get my pyjama top off in the middle of the night.
Is it? Do you get stuck like
It's just
that?
like I'm stuck.
You do go to bed in the fluffiest pyjamas.
Yeah, and I
though.
wake up sweaty.
Yeah, it puts so much on. Isn't
What
it?
am I doing? I lost my train.
Protract,
Yeah.
retract. Tight strap, loose strap. So obviously don't pin it so tight that you can't move it, but it's just there to give you that little bit of feedback. Okay, next time you protract the shoulders, you're going to keep the strap tight. I want you to hold that position like you're trying to push the floor away. And you're going to hold that and you're going to cat-cow your lower back, but keep your upper back protracted. So essentially level 1 twerk. Okay, see if you can keep the strap tight in your upper back, which I can't because I haven't got it tight enough there. And just move your lower back while you block the shoulders from moving. That's hard, isn't it? Really hard, because you want to maintain that pressure of the back against the strap without any shift. Can make you slightly angry, but it's okay if it does. Good, last one. And then you can relax a little bit from it, take the strap away, and you can be quite light in the fingertips here as we do our side to side cat-cow. So shoulder to hip, stuck in a cat flap, unlike any of my cats. Butt stuck in a cat flap, side waist is bending. Feel free to use any bricks for this next little bit. So as I come back to neutral, I'm going to pivot on the left knee to kick the foot behind me, slide the right leg into that side bend, coming up into my side plank, hands to the back of the head, hips still, and I'm going to rotate my chest to point the elbow down and then turn it up. So we do about 4 or 5 of these. And then as you come up, raise that arm up to the ceiling. Okay, this is going to be, I might have to sort of like scooch a little bit more this way for this. This is not going to be for everyone, this move, but it's quite nice. As you raise that arm, tuck those toes under, and you're going to drop back into a little seat. That's it. And then you're going to push back up again. And you can do that a couple of times. So you can do whatever you want with that toe. Trace? Yeah, this side's all right, that's fine. So coming up and down a few times, do whatever you want with that underneath foot. Hands or no hands, that's good, isn't it? Makes you think, perfect. And then when you next come up, you can do a dramatic turn back into your all fours, up, round, down, pivot, boom, sexy. Side to side, cat-cow, slinky-dinky, slinky-dinky, cat-cow. This time, get your butt in it, get your butt involved, hoik your hips, basically wag your tail and wag your shoulders. Tail and shoulder wag, that's it. All things will happen, let them. Let the slinking commence. Now I'm just thinking about the musical Cats because of that lamppost, and I'm just, this is what they do, isn't it? Slink around a little bit. Amazing. So next time you come through centre, you're going to pivot on the right knee, kick that foot behind you, slide the left leg level with your right knee and open, hand to head, rotate your chest as you come down. Keeping your support arm, your right arm, completely still. So all of the effort, all of the work is through that thoracic region. Perfect. Next time you open, reach the arm up. See if you can raise up and then drop back. So up and then sit back. Down, reach the arms forwards. Oh, okay. And then boom, back up again. You get to do whatever you want with your bent leg, knee, foot, whatever allows you to drop back. That's good, isn't it? Yeah. Probably good for you. Is it good for your back? Is it all right?
I don't know.
Good. Last one, dropping back. When you lift up, do that dramatic turn back into all fours. And Donna, if you want here, go blocks under your hands. We're going to find cat, so I want you to round your back. Where your hands are, you're going to drop onto your elbows. And I want you to see if you can keep your butt still and find protract, retract here. So without cat-cowing your lower back. So it's just in that upper back, chest goes down, chest pushes away. Just to get into that juicy shoulder. Juicy shoulder. And then as you protract the shoulders, I want you to try and keep your hips where they are in space. They're not going to drop forwards or backwards. You're going to round. And you're going to start to push the weight through the arms in the mid-forearm. So you're going to try and push more mid-forearm. And then you're going to push more into your heels of your hands and into your wrists as you straighten the elbows as you come back up. So this is not dropping your back bum forwards and backwards. Like you've got a ball between your elbows, a beach ball. Squeeze them towards each other as you slowly lower back down, rounding the back. Weight goes in the elbows momentarily, and then weight goes back into the forearms, back into the palms, back into the hands as you push back up again. Good. We'll do a couple more of those. So all of this movement should feel quite strong. Do you feel quite strong? Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Keep the back rounded and try not to drop your bum back towards your heels. Try not to extend through the lumbar. It's perfect. Last one coming down. Good. Last one coming up. Now this is really tricky, but we're going to try it. From my cat, I want to try and keep that round in the back as I tuck my toes for as long as possible. I'm going to keep the round in the back as I come back into downward dog, so I have just a little bit more shoulder awareness. Then when I get as far back into downward dog as I can with a rounded back, I'm going to allow the back to lengthen and extend and come into a regular old downward dog. Good. From there, I'm going to take a little bend of the knees, round the back, look forwards if you want to, and land in cat. So you land in cat. Good. And then you're going to go back again. So I go rounded back, lift the knees, up and back. Only when I'm back do I lengthen and unravel. Okay, so you can repeat that, or from your downward dog, lift the heels, round the back, and roll forward to plank. So plank is cat. Good. A bit short. From your plank, knees down. Where your hands are, elbow down, and then thighs peel, hips peel, sphinx pose. That feels weirdly nice, doesn't it? Okay. Reverse. You know, like when you think you spilt something down your jumper and you drop your chin to look down if there's any egg. Yeah, do that and then puff your chest away from the ground. You know exactly the one, don't you? I do. Up onto your knees, and you can stay on your knees as you go back onto hand, or you can come onto off your knees and go hand into a cat. Then you can round the back and come to downward dog last time. From your downward facing dog, unravel it and then walk into forward fold, doesn't matter which way. Hands back, feet forwards, forward fold. And then rolling your back to come up to standing. When you get to standing, open into a little back bend. Glorious.
Yeah.
We're warm now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Right, okay. We need one, potentially two blocks. It depends how wide your shoulders are. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to create, this is hard with these blocks, just so you know if you have two. Right, you can either press one block between your palms like this, or if your shoulders are too wide, then you've got to make your block a little bit wider. It's going to be heavy though.
Okay.
Or you can get a bigger block. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, you can.
Anyone want a bigger block?
Is that going to be easy?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
You know, maybe.
Not necessarily. All right. So,
Thank you.
squeezing the block between your palms, staying just upright, We're going to do some raises with the block, but as you raise the arms, you're going to tuck your tail and pull your ribs down so your stomach doesn't get longer. Okay, so just find that truth of your shoulders up, no chicken heads. Yeah, keep that containment and then down, easy. So just do that a few times, just warm up. Warm up under the shoulders. Up, good. So if someone was looking at you from the side, you would not be back bending at all, which is amazing. This is glorious. This is the movement we're going to bring in a minute. So next time your block comes down, I want you to take a not too long stance, right foot forward, left foot back, but your right knee, right foot forward, okay, that's it, left foot back, but I want you to be on the ball of your left foot, on the ball, and I want you to have both knees bent, so you look a bit like 90-90, okay? Once you've got the wide enough foot stance,
Do you want me out?
no, I'm just making sure I'm in shot for one. There, Ange knows. Once you've got this wide enough stance, scoop the pelvis, pull those ribs in, and then find that. And that's a beast, yeah? That's a beast. Hold that so we're not allowing our back bend. And we've got quite Quasimodo going on there for that back leg, yeah? No breathing, which is wonderful. Okay. After a few breaths, we're going to transfer the block into our right hand, just grip it, and we're going to open the arms, warrior two, spin on that back leg, widen if you need to, and bend that front knee, open the block, arm out to the side, and just hold that warrior two so you've got a moment to sort your legs out. That's nice, isn't it? See how your back goes. Okay, we're going to keep the knee bent as we reach towards side angle to bring the block behind your front foot. So as you lower down, bring the block behind the front foot, and I want you to just fingertip touch the top of the block, and I recommend you go tall here. I recommend you go tall, just for this one. Then, as you extend your front knee, Utthita Trikonasana, fingertips on block still. So if it's too far in front of the foot, bring it behind your ankle. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Okay, you know when you go to the fun fair, and they have the claw grabber machines, and you never win the teddies because the grip of the claw is shit. I want you to embody that with your fingertips. Claw grip your block and pick it up 1 inch. Oh, hold. Everyone kind of stopped breathing there. There was a breath and then there was no more. Good, so we feel some work. Claw grippers, claw grippers, claw grippers. Amazing. And then you can sort of sort out your lean back and your reach up and everything else. Good. Right, don't drop your toy. You're going to win this toy. As you bend the front knee, open back to warrior two. Oh. And then as you rotate your left arm around to the front, you're going to take that grip of the block again. Spin the back foot, step it in slightly, find that staggered stance that you started with, back knee bent, front knee bent, and then raise the block up. Not bad, actually, you know. 8 out of 10. And then you have a very soft step to stand where you just step and lower the block and just, You all right there?
Yeah.
Are you excited to do the second side?
That's right.
That's all right.
That's right.
All right, do the second side. So if you want to exchange your block, you can do. Find Tadasana with the block between your palms. Step your right leg back. Step your right leg back. And remember, ball of the foot. Both knees bend. Centre your pelvis. And then raising the block where you squeeze the palms. Don't let the ribs lift. Your shirt will lift, but your ribs won't. Okay? Good. So you want to keep that tuck. You want to be Quasimodo. And you want to be gluteus maximus. All those things, yeah? Straighten those elbows like your life depends on it. That's it. That's it.
Jelly wobbles.
Jelly wobbles, yeah.
Back leg.
Excellent. Jelly wobbles in the back leg. This is good. And we're not using fingers to grip the block, which is very good. We're just using palms. Okay, we're going to transition. So block goes to left hand. As you spin on that right foot, step it, lengthen it, whatever you need to. Open to warrior two and spend a moment getting this in a pretty good state so that you're ready for that next little bit. Perfect time. Keeping the knee bent, you're going to hinge over that front leg, take the block behind your foot, and it's quite close to the ankle rather than too close to the toes. I like your transition. Find those little fingertip touch at the top of the block, just while you extend the front knee into Utthita Trikonasana. So fingertip touch on the top of the block, straighten that leg. That's it. If you want to do something different with your top hand, like hand to hip, you know that you can. Okay.
Spine, did you hear that?
Was that your spine?
yeah.
Did it go?
Okay,
See, it
that's
just
my spine.
knew. It just knew this is what you want. Okay, back to the fun pair. Little claw grippers. It's going to take, basically, the looser you hold the block, the harder this is. So when you've got that grip, just hover it that 1 inch and feel everything just kick on. It's worse, isn't it, Nikki? It's much worse. It's much worse. And it's even worse. That disappointment if you drop the block is the same as when you drop the toy. It's just like, no. Let's see how smoothly we can transition to Warrior 2 with that block. And then let's go for, no, right? It's a block really heavy. Really heavy, isn't it? Really heavy. And then from Warrior 2, turning your back arm round, finding the palms together, turning on the back foot, stepping it shorter, most likely bending the knee, scooping the pelvis as you raise the block up again for that final glory. Final glory. Good. And then softly stepping to the front to lower the block. Hold the block though. Okay, these are much worse than they look. I'm just going to sit down here with it. So block between your palms as it's quite low beside your hip, right? I want you to try and do minimal body movement as you take the block around behind you with your left arm, yeah? And then you're going to reach for it with your right arm and then bring it back around again, okay? Yeah, we can go all the way. You can take it a little higher each time, as in like a little higher in front of your body. Each time you do a transition. At the back, can you reach with straight elbows? Yes. Nice, a little bit higher. We're in line with the abdomen and we're in line with the chest. Ooh. It gets worse as it gets higher, yeah? So that's how high can you go? Good. And then let's change direction. Come away. It's very good for proprioception, this. Ever so good. Very useful for many things in life. Putting jackets on. Tight jackets. Very useful for that.
Taking your pajama tops off.
Taking pyjama tops off in the night. Okay. Next time it comes behind your back, I want you to leave it behind your back. And I want you to see if you can press your palms into the sides of the block behind your back and straight elbows as much as you can. Lift the block away from your hips. It doesn't lift very far, does it?
No.
Doesn't lift very far. Yeah. So you're just going to push and lift and push and lift. Just for a few breaths. Everyone's favourite. That is Sam's favourite. You can tell that. Is that you stuck in the pyjama top in the night now? You're stuck. Can't get it off.
It's shaky.
It does make you a bit shaky. It does make you a bit shaky. It's so bad. It's so bad, isn't it? This is why I've decided not to join in. Simple as that. No, don't need to join in. Amazing. And then just relax it, bring it back around.
That's the worst one. Yeah.
Thank you. I save the worst for last usually. Okay. All right. Easy. Give it a little bit of a shake out, bit of a shoulder release, and we are going to come back down to the ground now. So you come down to, I think this is Nikki's second favourite after camel pose, isn't it? Nikki's second favourite, right? So you can repeat all 4 squeeze and drops. Okay, you can repeat these. I'm not bringing my hips forward or backwards. This is all going through my arms. If you wanted to make it a little bit worse, you could grip a block somewhere as you, oh, that is so much worse. That is so much worse. So if you grip a block with your biceps, right? Yeah, if you're like not ready for this next bit, do that instead because it's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, if you're okay with this, I'm going to go into downward facing dog. And oh, this is just before we go into this next bit. In downward dog, you're just going to push. You're just going to push your arms. And when you push your arms, you get the best shoulder position. So I'm not trying to pull them down. I'm not trying to organise them. I'm just pushing.
Okay, then I'm going to lift the head and look forwards. And like I'm squeezing that block, I'm going to slowly lower my elbows down. Okay, getting up is harder. So if you go down and then you want to drop your knees and you want to push back up and come back to downward dog, that's better than failing to come back up again. Okay, so we are allowing the donk. Okay, so we are allowing the donk and the donk. But ideally, I'd like you to go both if you need to down. Donna, is that all right for your arm?
I'm going to have a go.
Have a go.
Go.
Yeah. There's not actually weight through the wrist in
No.
this at all, so it should be okay. It's weight through the elbow joints and shoulders. So can't, right. Are you doing downward dog or all fours?
I do it all the time.
Downward dog.
Okay, come into downward dog. Come into downward dog and just push. Just push. Push with your arms, push floor away, and then you'll get the most sturdy dog. I want you to hold that sturdy dog, so not try and pull the shoulders down, that's a weak dog. You're going to lift the head, look forwards, and your body weight will slightly come forwards as you slowly bend your elbows. Land. That was great. The donk is fine. Now getting back up is awful, but you could try pushing both arms up and doing those repeats. Yes, good. But if you need to land your knees, straighten your arms and then come back up to dog, you can. I'd like you to do about 5.
Fine.
Not necessarily in a row, like you can have a rest. Isn't that great? Yes.
Like duff, duff, duff.
Duff, 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 duff.
Extenders, duff, duff, duff.
Yeah. Good, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. When you have done about 5, you can drop and have a little resty roo. Little resty.
That was a duff, duff, duff.
Duff, 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 duff. Just a duff. A duffing failure. A duffing failure. I know, right?
That's
It's
good.
really good. Okay, exercise number 2. Right? All fours or in downward dog again, right? Now, just because it might be easier, you can either interlace your palms here or have the hands facing each other. If you want to be cruel, go palms down. So here, or here. That's the worst one. So I'm either going to be in all fours, right? And I'm going to bring my shoulders towards my palms and push back again. Okay. So it's that closing angle of bringing your shoulder to your palms. That's usually our weak spot. So if I'm okay in plank, I can come forwards and back. Okay, this is unbelievably strong. So all fours is safe. This will give you more sort of like strength, but it also puts our shoulder in a easier position. Yeah. So I want you to not chin plant. That's the plan. Okay. So pushing forwards and back as close as you can get your shoulder to your wrist without your chest touching the ground. Isn't that fun? So try a few knees down. Trace, what's worse, this or hip work?
Hip work.
Yeah.
It's just the pain with the hip.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Okay. If you've done a few and you feel okay on your knees, have a few where you lift your knees and do it from a planky beginning. These are good, aren't they?
I can't even work out what muscles are.
All of them, Donna. All of them. What are these called, Sam? Have they got a name?
Hell.
I guess it would be a forearm plank.
Is it like an Australian push-up or something, or a Bulgarian? There's usually something
No, it's not
Australian.
Bulgarian or Australian,
Not
anything
Bulgarian.
upside
Romanian?
down.
No?
Aussie stuff's upside down.
Aussie stuff's upside
Well,
down.
it's a forearm press up.
Oh, okay.
effectively,
I
isn't
thought
it?
it would have a
Yes.
more exciting name than that. Well done. Have a little rest on the ground
like
when you finish. Yeah, he likes them. Boys like this stuff, okay?
I was thinking of my bingo wings.
Bingo!
Yeah. All right. So if you're knackered, done and broken, just have a rest. Do a child's pose. If you feel like you want to have a little go at a forearm base, then you want to have a shorter downward dog position in this one. Okay, so I don't mind if you start on your forearms and lift up, or if you go from downward dog and then drop down, but I want a shorter feet closer to elbows base, just pushing my chest back. When we go here, that's when we're weaker, so pushing the chest back with an option to raise a leg to tiptoe in and out a couple of times. Okay, just to finish it on a high note, all right? We're not going to go into the inversion, but we could just hold the dolphin. We could shorten our dolphin because it's more sturdy as we drive the chest back.
Just back.
Chest back to legs, yeah. Yeah, so you can have a shorter base. And then you could raise a leg up, which will make you need to go even shorter. And as you tiptoe and lower, you still need to drive the weight back. It's like you're going to kick up, but
It's
we're
very
not.
strong.
It's very strong, isn't it?
It's very strong.
So you could either do one side and then do the other, or you could do one side rest and then do the other.
Am I supposed to try and move forward like that? or
No,
am I
you're supposed to try and
just
move back. Your body is going to want to come forward, so you have to resist the forwards. So when you tiptoe, your hips kind of go up and push slightly forward, so you have to resist and push them back. And that's how you get your strength for your kick up. Oh. And then you can have a rest and never ever do this again until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time. It's quite knackering, isn't it? It's good that. It's good that. I love it. I love it that you lot are just like, yeah, it's really good. Okay, how's everyone's knees? Is everyone like okayish in child's pose? Because this is like a really, really glorious stretch. So if you go for, we'll start with low blocks and then we can turn them up if you want to. So I'm going to drop into my child's pose. On purpose, I'm going to stretch my blocks forwards. Oh my God, that feels amazing. And then I could turn my blocks up, keep stretching my arms forwards, and I could turn my blocks all the way up and just allow the shoulders to release. So that the higher you go, the more of a stretch you're going to get on those arms. So it might be hanging your fingers off the end, like gripping the end is quite a nice way to do this. But what you might find is the higher your hands are, if you sort of turn the blocks up and go higher, it can cause your elbows to sag a little bit. So obviously fiddle around with it. Oh, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite nice. Would you like a little tiny bit more? Or are you quite happy there? It's a deeper shoulder stretch. If you want to take it from your child's pose, I think medium blocks is possibly the best for this. I'm just going to lift the head up on my medium blocks and I'm going to move them back a little. Elbows on the blocks, walking the elbows forwards and then bringing the forehead and the hands down. So I bring my hands behind my body. And you might find that your head is hovering or down on the floor, but you feel like a little bit of a tricep stretch. And it's quite a narrow ledge to rest your elbows on. So it's like you want to point them towards each other as you splay your armpits towards the ground. And then just easily, if you've got those elbows bent, just easily like straighten the arm, reaching forwards, and then gently come up. It's over. You can get into a glorious
Shavasana. What I find quite lovely,
Is this your lovely or our lovely?
It's just Friday, lovely.
it's the totally, like you can
Yeah, good
basically
Friday,
be,
lovely.
you can be any angle that you want to of the blocks, right? So I'm going to sort of lie my head in between the blocks, and then I can just do a drapey arm reach to, oh my God, that's great. So I'm resting my elbows and just hanging the arm. Some people like a straight one. I actually wake up like this quite often in the night, apart from when Sam's got his ridiculously massive pillow that is just like a crushing thing. It's huge. Mick bought him a pregnancy pillow for Christmas. And it's, I won't ask why.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, but it's huge. It's huge, and it's like having a third massive person in bed. So I'll just, yeah, it's huge. So it can feel quite nice. If it doesn't feel quite nice, that is a good reason to not do it.
Where is it?
Yeah, just sort of underneath it. It just, or forearm if it's better for you to keep your hands higher. You can sort of lift it up so it's under the forearm, but just having it. I want it to be a lazy sensation, and then obviously get blankets and stuff if you want them, and make yourself comfy. And, and just let yourself settle and rest. And if you've got those arms reaching, you can gently bring them down and just let the arms rest somewhere either beside you or hands under the belly. And just finding your breath, letting it deepen gently. And then coming into either a little bit of a stretch or a hug of your knees onto the chest. Finding your way to seated when you feel ready. Bringing your palms together. Namaste. Thank you. Well done. Well done with the awful thing.